in a science lab, you're writing the textbook. In a science class, you're learning stuff that's already been discovered, and sure, that may be new for you, but in a lab, you're learning stuff that no one has ever known before.
The science teacher announced that we were going to start a science club. The 5th grade, I was the first generation of Doc being here.
Before the 5th grade, I did not like science. I hated science, but then I got this really amazing teacher, and we got to start doing some research just as part of class. We were inoculating seeds in test tubes in sterile culture. Like, it was something I didn't even know was a thing.
I started research with the NHAS about 4 years ago.
It was my first time working in a real lab doing real research.
I started in middle school seeing the older students work on projects, and then that sparked my interest, and so I kept coming, and by 8th grade I was doing research there.
I started doing research with the NHAS in 5th grade as part of my middle school science club. That was before the NHAS really took off. And then from there, I sort of grew with the program.
My science teacher was a big part of it, and he really wanted us to get involved with it. And I ended up really liking it, and I didn't really think I would like it, but he knew I would like it.
Anything that you do, whether it's in an entrepreneurial role, an administrative role, you're always confronting uncertainty. You always need to create hypotheses. You always need to understand what's real and what's not, what you can build on, what needs to be rejected. And I think having this kind of exposure at this generally early stage is just going to make a tremendous impact, not just on these kids, but also the communities that they're going to contribute to in the future.
My first project was with Cypripedium reginae and magnets, see how it affected the germination of the seeds. Right now I'm working with detecting the adulteration of organic products with GMO ingredients using PCR.
This past summer, I developed new RNA and cDNA synthesis protocols for the New Hampshire Academy.
I had actually managed to increase these germination rates with my research partner. Then I realized, like, I actually have the potential to do something that's not something that other people have done. Like, my research is actual research, not just the kind of lab that you do in a normal science class, and that was a really special feeling.
By doing actual research, you can do the experiments and go through whether it be failure or success.
The first experiment I did was an analysis on seed viability of Cypripedium reginae over a 4-year period, so seeing how older seeds compared with younger seeds in terms of growth rate and germination rate.
NHAS has just opened up a ton of doors. It's helped me in pretty much every area of my life. I've seen how many details you can find in science, and it's already helped me find work, and yeah, it's just a great experience.
Now, nothing my science teacher gives me can ever faze me, just because the research we do here has been like such a giant experience.
NHAS gave me the confidence that I could work in any lab regardless of the type of lab, because I knew the basic skill set.
It's such an important part of my life now, and it's become something that's really part of like my identity at this point. Someone asked me what I do, oh, I'm a scientist. And so that's never gonna stop being true.
So when students come to our NHAS Summer Academy, what we do is we tell them right off the bat that if you concentrate, if you work hard, if you commit, what's going to happen is you're going to get the scientific mentorship, you're going to get the skills experience, you're going to be walked through the entire scientific process. What will then happen over a period of 3 weeks is they will actually move through this entire sequence of events so that at the end they're going to be given a chance to present to the scientific community orally.
If you're young, it's just great to start early. You know, you can get as much as you can out of this experience.
I can't imagine science not being a part of my life.
So if you're the kind of person who just has questions, always has questions about the world and about how you're functioning within the world, like, science can answer all of those, but there's still so many questions that we don't have the answers to. And so by participating in programs like NHAS, where you get to do your own research and come up with your own questions, you're able to take those questions that you have about the world and get your own answers for them. And I think that that's a really special thing.
And we tell them, look, if you work hard, if you commit, you're going to achieve great things.